Yo, hey, welcome back everybody to another video on The Walking Dead. What if Shane survived? Part 3. So let's get into it. We'd find out the person shooting at Rick, Shane, Lori, and Carl would be Morgan, and he would still be going crazy. And eventually everything would go about the same. They'd take some weapons from Morgan, wish him goodbye, but just before they do, Rick tells Morgan that they could use him, and to this day he is still thankful that Morgan saved his life. And Lori steps in and tells Morgan, "You're free to come with us whenever you'd like, but just know there's a place for you to stay at the prison." And she'd say, "I am very thankful of you for saving my husband." And Carl would also add a few words like, "I'm thankful for you saving my father." And in this moment, even Shane is willing to accept Morgan into the prison, even though it would be just an extra mouth to feed. And Shane would tell Morgan, "I'm utterly thankful to you for saving my best friend of childhood." And he'd say that even though we have a lot of mouths to feed, you wouldn't just be a useless mouth to feed. Like, he'd say something along those lines. Just like, I don't think he'd say you're a useless like that. He'd say, "We have room for you to join us, and we could use you as you put up a good fight, and you're overall a good person at heart." Morgan in this universe would eventually agree to come with all of them. So we get to have Morgan in our season 3 group, which hasn't happened since my What If Morgan Stayed with Rick videos, like my series. Since that, Morgan hasn't stayed ever since that. And once they get back to the prison, Morgan would greet everyone there. And we'd see Herschel, who'd be conversing with Morgan about his past life, trying to comfort him a little after Morgan reveals a little bit of what happened after Rick left him in Atlanta. And then in the next scene, we'd see Tomas in a cell block with the other prisoners, as they have a separate cell block. Same with Tyrese's group and our main group. They're living in 3 separate cell blocks. And basically, Tomas would be getting pretty mad as Rick's is letting in anybody, and they weren't even the ones here first. It was Tomas and his people, and him, Oscar Big Tiny, who's dead now, and Axel and Andrew. But now Rick's is letting anyone he sees and whoever he pleases. But Tomas, he's not too happy about this, as he used to run this place, and he basically wants to take over Rick by, quote-unquote, killing him. So Tomas would take Andrew to clear out the space in this area, because the group, they're eating their food also that they had first. So the two would sneak into Tyrese's group's cell block, as they want to target them first. And right away, Andrew sees his first target. They would both first team up on Ben and kill him. And then right after, they'd kill Alan, and his body would drop to the ground. But at this point, everyone's heard the gunshots of the deaths of Alan and Ben, but they just don't know it's Alan and Ben who died. And the two would go over to investigate. Shane would have his gun raised and ready, but then he'd see Rick on the ground, and then Shane gets knocked to the ground, and it's from Andrew. And then Tomas would hold him at gunpoint, but Merle would come from his cell block, because he stays in his own cell block. He'd hear the commotion and come down and pull out his gun, and bam! He kills Andrew. And then right away, Tomas rushes to him, but he kills Tomas with his bayonet hand. And then Rick looks at Merle, surprised that he saved his life out of all people. And after this, Rick believes Merle's proved himself just about enough, and they offer Merle a spot in their cell block, and Merle would only accept this deal so he could be closer to his brother Daryl. because he really just doesn't care and really just wants to be with his little brother. And after the whole deal with Thomas and Andrew, the group let in Axel and Oscar. They allow them to stay with them in their own cell block. So now they're fully a part of the group. And our group now would consist of Rick, Shane, Carl, Lori, Judith, Morgan, Merle, Daryl, Carol, Maggie, Beth, Herschel, Glenn, T-Dog, Tyrese, Sasha, and for the final two we have Oscar and last but not least, Axel. But anyways guys, that'll be it for today everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to like and subscribe and share the video if you want. But peace out everybody. Bye bye.